thing sticky over here. I just cleaned this counter earlier. Of course, that was just earlier. Sticky again. I need some hot stuff, baby, this evening. I need some hot stuff. And he got out back up. Hello. Hey, David. How are you? Oh, look at this. I need to get me something. Louie's watching basketball. Get me something tonight. Nothing. Well, get me something to drink. Yeah. Drink. I get the lid to go back on. Huh?
Can't let that guy. Yeah, he eats everything shit. Bring me a water.
Hold on, y'all.
I got thick. I don't like things. Yeah, why it is. Yeah.
What?
Look how wide it is. It's like milk. The water.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like milk. It's there in the line they see. Where you been? Where you been hiding?
She's like, oh, the window's shut.
Yeah, it's shut.
I shut the window so we could turn the air on. She's been sleeping all day. So, cat. So that the window had to be shut so we could turn the air on. She's kind of upset about it. Hello, Stanley. So yeah, I'm using my old phone to go live because this one has to be charged. So charge that one. This one. Put over there. Wait. Hold it. Seems like every damn time. There we go. I'll just put you right here. Charging my phone. Yeah. We had tacos. So, that's what we had for dinner. Well, I made it at lunchtime, but... Hello. Yeah, Taco Tuesdays. Usually tacos are on Tuesday, but we didn't end up having tacos Tuesday. We had chicken.
Good tacos.
I said, talking about Tuesday.
Oh, what do we do? Yeah, we had chicken.
We had Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Well, thank you. Oh,
It
hello,
went fast,
user.
too, didn't it? 14 pieces of college. They were good.
Well, we ate on it for a couple of days. So, I mean,
Yeah.
his phone's dirty.
I thought to have some Bojangles.
I don't like Bojangles.
You don't? Like Kentucky Fried? I'll tell you where I am going to go eat. Right across from that McDonald's, that little Asian place. They were packed. There's a reason they're packed.
Well, if there is a reason they're packed, then they're good.
Yeah, they were packed. I showed you. I bet they got a little buffet there. Like the one beside up at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
You remember we used to go eat at that one?
Yeah.
Then it become a Fatbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Fatbacks had good hamburgers. She just wasn't really good with her people.
Where you going? Don't you leave. She looked at me, looked at you, and she walked off. No, she left. Oh, that's green. Well, thank you. What am I drinking? It's off-brand called Dr. Perky. Well, Diet Dr. Perky. It's the off-brand of Diet Dr. Pepper. But boy, it tastes nasty. I'm watching a basketball game. Actually, Louis, I'm watching a basketball game. Because he's watching his team play.
No, it's just the tournament. I'm just watching it.
But he's watching his team play.
Playing video games.
But he's watching his team, actually. Duke. Who are the Duke playing?
I'm going to watch him tomorrow. Yeah. Yep, I'll be watching Duke.
The Duke's tonight, ain't it?
It's tomorrow.
Let me see. I'm doing good. Oh my good.
Sure, it's tomorrow.
Let's look it up.
It's Whopper for you. He said, what's that blue stuff on your face? It's Whopper for you.
It's tonight, Louie.
What channel?
Because they're playing St. John's.
What channel?
I don't... Oh, wait a minute. That is tomorrow. Excuse me. Hold on.
Told you.
Okay, well, it's Texas, Purdue tonight. Iowa, Nebraska. Arkansas, Arizona. Illinois.
That's next. Arkansas, Arizona on this channel.
So,
Some of them's on TNT and TBS, I think. We don't have cable, so I have to watch them.
Gabriel! I'll be back.
Where's that music from? I don't think
Well, you're supposed to get some of your medicine. Right. Hold on a second. See.
Oh, is it out there?
No, I said, you get your medicine soon.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey. How are you?
That's not just the wind in his face. That's the worry-free smile of no car payments for 90 days. With a Skylar Auto Loan, you can hit the road now and relax for the next 3 months. Come on, chase your own worry-free smile. Skylar Credit Union. Believe in better.
Clark, you said it. If this Purdue offense is quick, if you're not disciplined defensively, they're tough to beat.
They are really hard to beat. They did not shoot the free throw. This is 40% free shooting team, only made 3 of 12, but their efficiency, they're second in offensive rating leagues, how many points they score per 100 possessions. They're second in the country, in part because they're balanced and they're versatile. Inside, getting an offensive playmaker, TKR, Drake Grossman rim, and a solid half with 12 points, did not miss a shot. He loves that little half shot, what kind of shot in the lane, 18, 12 points in the paint for Purdue, and here he goes to his counter. He loves to get over that left shoulder, but that time he fooled his defender and got to his left hand. But the offensive efficiency of Purdue will be the difference in the second half. If
Callie?
Texas can't ramp it up defensively.
It ain't Cali, but
See.
I'm doing 65.
don't kind of act like I did something to her. She's willing to do it for her family.
Up to 80. I'm a little uncomfortable. And that's what Texas is not doing. They're not making Purdue play at 80 miles per hour. And if you play it, let them play at that.
What are you doing? Why are you laying over there? Oh, why are you laying over there?
On the offensive end, they say, hey, offensively, we're going to try to be faster. We're going to be more athletic. But on the defensive end,
Crazy animal.
this is where you pick up Wayne and Smith because defensively, you cannot speed the game. Because they're not speeding the game.
Well, hello, princess. I hope you have a good, you and Dylan. Excuse me. Hope you and Dylan have a great evening. He has a wonderful day tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Yay.
Yeah, they got to do a better job of speeding up the tempo. But the thing that's disappointing to me, they on their offensive end, they're doubling Boca Tigers every single time. That should be their only offense. But that's going to get guys wide open shot, or they're going to be running at you trying to get out of scramble. Because when they play one-on-one, they're taking 10 to 15 dribbles. It's hard to score like that. I would run just one play the entire second half. Get the ball to Boca Tigers down on the post or the wing. Get wide open shot. They're not a great shoot team, but the one thing it will, Purdue will be scrambling out the double. And when guys are running at you, you can break them down.
I gotta put my eye drops in. It's that time of the day. No. Get up there.
They're coming immediately.
Yeah.
Okay? So that makes it even harder because he's farther away from the basket, but they got to run their offense.
Meow.
They're going to win this game. And speak it up like Kenny said.
Come here, Callie.
Now that we have you back, your name was in the headlines.
Come here,
Not because
baby.
of your absence,
Come here,
but
baby.
because of a vacancy. Maybe you're going to feel. Can we talk about North Carolina for a second?
Yeah, we
You
can talk
little
about
rotten son of a bitch.
that-
I never liked Callie.
Disrespectful. But first
Do
of all,
me that
Coach
one.
Davis, thank you for your service and what you did for North Carolina basketball as a player and as a coach. You moved it forward, and I think people forget that because of one game here and there. But I also think that this is a precarious position for North Carolina. Because
She's dirty. She did it dirty.
when you fire one person, that's Hubert Davis.
She act like she was gonna come to him, and she runs over here.
You have a lineage to every era of basketball that's Carolina that was on that staff, including you and Nate. Every era was connected. So that's what makes us special. That's what
You
really
little
makes
rotten stinking
makes
kid.
Carolina family is the connection of all of those
What the reached over here?
at one time. And that makes
Well,
everyone
son,
pay attention. And
why give you any draw?
so you can't pass along. And so the other part of that is
Sit there calling and you walk the other way to go to her. You know, that's awful.
equipment managers, the strength and
What
conditioning.
kind of cat are you?
So when a new person comes in from the outside, supposedly outside, and this new person comes in, they might, oh, this guy was my guy. I want to bring him in as well. I will say this. Dean Smith retired as a Tar Heel. Roy Williams retired as a Tar Heel. Hubert Davis also retired.
Oh gosh. Oh, you princess. I'm sorry. That was funny. She like she was going to him when he called her, and she comes running, and she's like meow, and she looked at me and she went meow, and she walks over here. Good girl. You's a good girl. Yes, you
Don't you
are.
dare pop it up. Hey, kitty.
Good girl. You're a good girl.
Hey, kitty. Oh, gosh.
What was that? She looked this.
What's under your thing? There's a wire.
Oh, no.
Laying there. Look.
I can't.
Oh, you need to get her down. Look.
Oh,
It's loose. Really?
watch out. Watch out. Watch
I
out.
don't know what goes to you. I would check.
She's like,
I would check. I'm not
All
going
right,
to keep
come on, baby.
Push her off. Oh,
you did
there
that.
really is a wire. Where's the cleaner?
Where?
Put your hand over there. You'll feel it. No, I told you. Y'all, I was being a butt. Oh. Yep, the thing I said was it's free too. What does it go to? What does it go to?
It's a charger.
So where does it come from?
It was well, Jesse gave it to us.
Jesse. I thought, what?
It's no good. It's bent.
I don't mean it ain't no good.
Yeah, you don't want to use it. They're no good.
How do you know Jesse gave it to you?
Because he did that day. That's the one he gave us.
I'm gonna say. Pick up that piece of paper. Hard. Popcorn or whatever, I don't know. Here, just throw it away. Thank you. What time we going to bed? We gotta get up early. Earlier than usual.
Let's see. Probably 9:30, 10 o'clock. Yeah, all right with you?
Yeah. Assuming I gotta get up at what time?
Well, we gotta leave here at 8:30.
Yeah. I'll be able to wear shorts in the morning.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot tomorrow.
Work out?
It was. Hey, Alicia, how are you? Talk about the cat. She went.
Yeah, the
She
guy's
acted-
gonna be on channel 3 too.
She acted like she was going to Louie, and when she did, she turned around, and looked at me, she went meow, and then she walked over here. I'm like, good kitty. He's like, you little bitch. That's what he called her. He's like, you little bitch. I thought that was funny though. But that was hilarious. she acted like she was going to him. And he even rattled the little cat treat box too. And she got up here and laid down and looked at him. Oh my gosh, it was funny. It was hilarious.
I made a mistake in that game, telling Fellhouse and Pelfrey, whatever you do, don't foul me. He hasn't missed a shot. And they went like this. Instead of slap the ball down, do whatever you can, I thought he was going to catch the ball and throw it to the side. I knew it was going to him. But I treasure that game. Of all my memories,
I'm doing good. It's starting to itch more.
I would have wished it was us winning.
Like crazy.
Great
Itching, like-
for me.
Oh, speaking of, I need to put my eye drops in.
You know, because you were in the game. It was so well played.
It really was. And I'm glad you brought that up because I'm the reason the game was close because Mashburn was kicking my butt. He was so good in that game.
Come here, Megan. Kiss me on the man.
Certainly helped us that he fouled out, but I watched the game a few years ago with Coach K, and I'm curious when you talk to each other, do you ever bring up that
No,
game?
but that kid did.
Really, we both appreciate the game. Mike is
Some
class
key.
all the way.
This one.
He's not ready
There's
for
a
that,
couple.
so we shook hands. We knew it was a great game.
But that was hilarious.
It's a memory of a lifetime.
It is. Well, Coach, you're one of the best
She
ever
acted like
doing
she was
that.
going to go to him.
Congrats.
I'm gonna turn this off for a second.
Here in this game.
It would be nice to buzz me this basketball team.
I'm really looking forward to that game. Duke has not played great the first couple games. I like St. John's in the game. I think it's going to be a fantastic game. I'm around
And today's
I
been a month since I've had the surgery, so yes. Yeah, so today marks a month since I had the surgery.
Those kids know how to win. And can they handle the pressure that St. John's is going to apply defensively in that versatile front line? It should be a deep.
Whew, that is itching. Drive me nuts.
It's March Madness, the Sweet 16, and I guarantee people are asking why the rankings are called seeds. Like, what does gardening have to do with basketball?
Well, it's about planting teams in the bracket so the best teams don't meet too early.
And then they grow into champions.
You're overthinking this.
It's the coaches who water the seeds.
It's just a ranking system.
A very agricultural ranking system. That's why you have to watch out for the Aggies this year, because they're everywhere. They're behind the whole system, man. What system?
Arby's meat and free box includes your choice of classic
So
roast
it's
beef or
itching.
you can also get the big crispy fish
Oh, and the thing is, when it itches, you can't do. If it itches between, you know, you have to put eye drops in every 4 hours, so you can't, you know. So I just have to ignore the symptoms of it. It's like you know, you got to. Don't want to end up having another problem. I have to go back and have stitches put in again. Have it fixed. No, don't want that to happen again.
You or someone in your family had MTC or MEN2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call.
I already went through that one time. I'm not doing that again.
Well,
I have to go do another. Have an emergency surgery
Before scheduled procedures,
after having it done the first time.
pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. Taking Zepbound with sulfonic
But I said I'm not going to try to
low blood sugar
rub my eye and end up having problems.
can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems.
But I mean, I'm starting to see good out of it too. It's starting to clear too. It's starting to show a lot of its color back. Because after I had it done, it's just like it looked a lot different. But once it started healing, I could see better and out of it. And I mean, it's still blurry, but I could see the words. So I could see the words. I could see there's comments there, but I just can't read them. Of that. So, which that's a good thing if I can see the words right. I just can't read them out of the app. Yeah.
Picture descriptions or accounts of the game without the NCAA consent is prohibited. We're at the half of the Sweet 16 in San Jose. SAP Center, the home of the
Oh, the fun part is when they start taking this, when they start taking the stitches out. That's the fun part.
We head to Augusta National Golf Club for a tradition unlike any other, the Masters. Coverage starts at 12 Eastern on Paramount Plus, then continues at 2 on CBS and on Paramount Plus. We're ready for the second half of the Sweet 16, Purdue and Texas. No one goes to Hanks for his spreadsheet. He doesn't sell them. He does sell a darn good slice. When business slowed, Hank decided to bring back the $1 slice. He just
I'm waiting 5 minutes. I gotta put my other ones in.
suddenly, Hank says, "You gotta try this place kind of thing." Hank makes the pizza. Co-pilot handles the spreadsheets. Enjoy. Saturday, only on Paramount Plus. This CBS Wednesday is streaming on Paramount Plus.
From Is It Possible? To Anything Is Possible. From We'll See. To Let's Go. From No Time to Now's the Time. Oxford University equips students like you
Say
and
yeah.
affordably by offering access to
Hello, Charlene.
so you can get from here to there.
Welcome in.
Keep striving. To test the toughness of the Kia Sorento X Pro and the Kia
Alright.
Sorento Turbo,
Last one for the night.
created some of the wettest springs, hottest summers, windiest falls, and coldest winters.
Okay.
Prove these three roads
I just finished with my last tie drops. Wasn't it?
get 0% APR for 48 months plus zero payment for purchase of a new
What a pain, but you know it's got to be done.
by pain. I'm gonna tell him I'm in. I want a surgeon who's fixed more knees than he can count. I want the best care in the game. I want a team that's with me every step of the way. I want to balance.
There's no line.
I want to
Yeah.
show them my best is yet to come. For the best orthopedic care, you want no
That's where I did have my
health.
surgery at. Let's move on.
Amazing nurses, remarkable care.
Coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament is sponsored
Gosh.
by Dick's.
Oh, y'all, it's
Every season
itching.
Dick's. Microsoft 365 with Copilot. Wendy's has the official dunks of March Madness. And by Progressive Insurance. Slam dunk savings today. Here in San Jose, as we take a look at our AT&T first half.
It is like crazy.
Found some momentum at the end. Flexibility with knocking some shots. Pretty
Ding dong. Dingy dong.
During that halftime break, Allie LaFleur standing by with Tremont Harper. Let's listen in.
Intimate in halftime as well, and what changes do you need to make?
Yeah, everything is about defense, you know. Defense is what got us here in the first place, so, you know, we just got to apply more pressure on their balls.
Okay, I'm done.
Get more deflections. We thrive off of deflections and defensive stops, so we just got to keep that going.
Good luck. Thanks for your time.
I'm finished. Finished for tonight. So it's gonna be 86 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 8 degrees.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 8 degrees warmer than it was
Hey,
today.
if it's a break a record tomorrow.
Yep.
It's a break a record. Hardest day ever. On that today, yes, tomorrow.
Yep. Amazing. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Transition, Swain has
Oh,
the ability to track the defense and then the pass. Again, passing is such a premium. Put it right into the shooting pocket. Tremont Martin able to catch in transition.
How quickly some people who are watching
Texas is from behind the 2-point line. Now
that's a
7 for
person.
17.
It's not
And on the season, they make 7. Have 7 already.
Mhm.
Early in this game. That was a look from our AT&T connected cam. So it's
On the floor as a common foul on Texas. We are going to review the play.
the voice of Bert Smith. He has officiated 2 Final Fours, his 10th Sweet 16 season. Anything elevates here. Got some high elbows and a takedown. Possible grab there by Colton Wren, but a stoppage here early. I think it was the initial right elbow.
They say
that
Lake
they're looking at
Superior
from
never gives up for
Trey
dead,
Colton
and for
Wren. I don't see where
once,
it's up
that
above.
spooky saying,
Up
it's
a
not
hook in
just
the hole.
folklore, it's
And they
science,
look
it's
at that.
tragedy,
Did
and it's
Trey
one of the
Colton
most
Wren
chilling
release it
realities
enough
of the
Hmm.
world's largest freshwater lake. Most lakes, or even the ocean, if someone drowns, nature eventually pushes their body back to the surface. It's grisly, but it's predictable. Families get closure, but not here. In Superior, once you're gone, you stay gone. So today, we're boarding the Morbid school bus for a trip north to a place where shipwrecks become tombs. Divers meet the preserved dead face to face, and mortuary science explains why the cold, black depths of Lake Superior are unlike anywhere else on Earth. Buckle up and maybe don't go swimming, or at least not drink the lake water. I don't know if this is going to be published in anything or not, but I'm going to send it right now. It's just another morbid Monday. Wish it was Friday, but here the we are. Let's go.
what the hell? Her thing's called Lauren the Mortician.
Like that my skeleton is holding a cup of coffee? Hey! Let's start with the basics. Normally, when a person drowns in water, bacteria in the body start breaking down tissues. That process creates gases like methane and carbon dioxide. Think of it like a balloon filling you up, but it's inside of you. And eventually, you get buoyant enough that you pop back up to the surface like a macabre. But Lake Superior is built different. Its average temperature year-round hovers around 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius in most states outside of the U.S. That's refrigerator cold, cold enough to slow bacterial
Yeah.
activity to almost nothing. And when bacteria can't throw their little gas party inside of you, the balloon never inflates. So you stay heavy and you stay down. Add in the fact that Superior's deep waters are oxygen poor, which slows decomposition even further, and you've got a natural morgue where the dead don't float. Most lakes will give you back eventually, but Superior just says, nope, you're mine. What you know, you betcha. That's the lake for you. This isn't just science, it's legend. The phrase Lake Superior never gives up the dead has been around for over a century. The Ojibwe
Wow.
people who've lived along those shores for generations have stories of the lake as a spirit keeper, swallowing people whole. Early settlers passed down tales of mysterious islands where bodies will never be found. It gave Superior a mythic, almost supernatural reputation. But what's spooky is, unlike most legends, this one has a basis.
Alright, it's a
Across the great
we've been getting from that tacos.
ocean, don't bodies disappear there too?
I got
Answer is yes, but for completely
heartburn.
different reasons. The ocean erases you. Salt water draws fluids out of your body, dehydrating and breaking you down. Marine life, sharks, crabs, fish, they speed things up, scattering you into the food chain for others to enjoy. Currents move what's left until you vanish into the abyss. Lake Superior keeps you freshwater, ice cold, oxygen starved, no bloating, no scattering, no floating back. You just wait, preserved, sometimes for decades. The ocean erases you, Lake Superior keeps you.
Hmm.
That's what makes
Want to know something? Learn one.
So it wouldn't be me if we didn't dive into some history. So let's talk about the most famous case, the SS Edmund Fitzgerald. November 10th, 1975, a 729-foot oil carrier carrying 26,000 tons of technical fluids was caught in a freezing storm as she sank into Indian waters.
Dang.
All 29 men remained on, and here's the chilling fact: not a single body was ever recovered. Families never got closure because Navy security kept. Divers who have visited the wreck describe
Won't be able to lay long.
shoes still lying in the cruising rivers, the ship's deck, even ships in the sea.
Yeah,
What?
give me some Sheila. Say, I ain't done nothing.
Get
I'll
Bluey.
get paid Friday. You give me some.
That's
Go
next.
on, she's gonna give you some.
It's a
Hold on.
Hang on. Wait. Here she goes. Here she goes. Go to her. Go. Go eat. Go. Go. Good kitty. Yes. She's gonna put you some Sheba in there. She knows it too. She's prancing. Y'all see her walking strut. Oh. Oh, look again.
I'm home. I got it cut. It's not written good. Yeah, I know. Welcome to Sheba. Welcome to Sheba. Well, the thing is, I got that off of Amazon, so and Amazon has more Sheba than I've seen. They have more Sheba, different Sheba flavors
What's that, babe?
than that you get at the grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
I might start buying it off and putting it off Amazon. You know?
Yeah. Boys, game's going now.
Squeaky. Squeaky. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Hey, Samuel. You too. Have a wonderful evening. Sorry, I've given my cat some Sheba. She loves that Sheba wet food. Cat food. I saw on Amazon, I could see you could get more different kinds of Sheba for them, the different flavors than I seen in that I hadn't seen in stores. I seen on Amazon they had more flavors to choose from, or they have more. They have the same ones, but I've had with more.
still has bodies preserved in her home, nicknamed the Camp Stone by divers hunting for finding of how intact human bodies can be. There's also the SS Monarch III, lost in 1902, known as the Flying Dutchman of the Great Lakes. Her wreck has never been found, and neither have her crew. And
Oh,
beyond
wow.
ships, there are countless stories of missing swimmers, fishermen, and boaters whose bodies just never came back. families left without funerals, without closure, because Superior doesn't give. I want you to imagine being a diver down there. You're exploring a shipwreck, and suddenly you see them, preserved bodies, still in their clothing, skin waxing from a process we morticians call adipocere. Adipocere, or grave wax, happens when fat tissue breaks down in wet, oxygen-poor environments. So instead of rotting away, the body turns into this soap-like substance that preserves its shape, sometimes even facial features. It's kind of creepy, but it's scientific, and it means some people down there look like they've been frozen in time for nearly a century. Divers even talk about making eye contact with faces that drowned decades ago. And let me tell you, no embalming fluid I've ever used comes close to what Lake Superior can naturally do. So why do we keep coming back to this phrase, Lake Superior never gives up her dead? Because it's more than science. It's about the human need for closure. And in most cases, the water returns the body and families get to grieve. But here, the lake refuses. It's a reminder that nature is different. She doesn't care about our rituals, our funerals, our need to say goodbye one last time. It's beautiful. It's terrifying. And it's why Lake Superior feels less like a body of water and more like a living entity. One that takes but never gives back. So researching Lake Superior sent me down a rabbit hole because once you learn that one lake towards its dead, like a dragon guarding treasure, you have to wonder, are there others? And oh yes, there are. So let's take a tour. Beep beep for the magic school bus. Oh wait, but it's the morbid school bus. Ding, ding, ding. I don't know how the song goes, so sorry, forgive me. First stop, Russia. Lake Baikal? Forgive me, Baikal. Baikal. B-A-I-K-A-L. It is the oldest, deepest freshwater lake on the planet. Over 25 million years old. How do they even know that? And plunging more than 5,000 feet deep. If Lake Superior is a fridge, Lake Baikal is a walk-in freezer the size of a country. Bodies lost here, gone, gone. They're not coming back up. And not just because of the cold. The sheer depth means recovery is basically impossible. But here's what gets weirder. In the 1980s, Soviet military trained divers in Baikal reported encounters with, wait for it, swimmers in silver suits, humanoid figures, huge in size, moving effortlessly underwater at depths humans shouldn't survive. The divers tried to capture one, and several of them died during the attempt. To this day, locals call them Baikal's aliens. So Baikal doesn't just keep her dead, she allegedly has house guests. The scariest Airbnb will never look. I mean, did you see all the articles about the aliens are in the oceans? Maybe they're in the lakes too. Now let's hop over to Oregon. Crater Lake. It's stunning, bright blue. On my bucket list to go see. Impossibly clear, like it was photoshopped, but it's also spooky as hell. The lake formed inside a collapsed volcano about 7,700 years ago, and native Klamath legends say it was created during a battle between the sky god and the god of the underworld. Basically, this isn't just a lake, it's a spiritual battleground, and it has its own resident ghost, the old man of the lake, a giant tree trunk that's been floating upright in the water for over 120 years, drifting silently from one side of the lake to the other, like some creepy arboreal specter. Scientists have studied it, tourists have spotted it, I've even seen it on TikTok, and it still refuses to sink. Fun fact, in 1988, researchers tracked the old man for a whole summer. It traveled over 60 miles around the lake as if it was on some ghostly patrol. And honestly, if I was canoeing and that log popped up beside me, I'd just say, nope, the old man can have the lake. I'm out. I might turn on my spirit box just to see if anything happened. Say hi first, and then I'm out. Next up, Lake Lanier in Georgia. Lanier, it's linear. If you've heard of it, you already know. This place is nightmare fuel. It's a man-made reservoir created in the 1950s when the government flooded towns, farmland, even cemeteries to build a water supply. And let's just say they didn't exactly get every coffin moved out of the way. Entire graveyards were swallowed. Since then, Lanier has racked up hundreds of deaths, drownings, boating accidents, people vanishing without explanation, local Locals say it's cursed, haunted by the spirits of those left behind when the lake was created. Divers report eerie encounters with trees, houses, and even headstones on the bottom, like an underwater ghost town. There's even a nickname, the deadliest lake in America, and every summer, new stories add to its reputation. Superior has science on her side, but Lanier feels personal, like something's actively trying to pull you under. Finally, Lake Tahoe, gorgeous, touristy, crystal clear, oh, and allegedly full
Thank
of
you for
mob
11.
victims. The rumor goes that in the mid-20th century, the mob dumped bodies here because the lake is so deep and cold they would never resurface again. Divers whisper about fully clothed men in suits, eerily preserved, just hanging out down there. No official evidence, but when you look at Tahoe's depth and temperatures, it's not impossible. The creep factor, families vacation there, kids splash
Yeah.
in the shallows. All while legend says there are dozens, maybe hundreds of gangland ghosts frozen in the abyss. It's Vegas meets Superior, but with more ski resorts. So yeah, once you start digging, you realize Lake Superior isn't the only water body with secrets. Russia's Baikal hides its dead and maybe aliens. Oregon's Crater Lake comes with its own floating ghost log. Georgia's Lake Lanier is basically a cursed cemetery with a boating ramp. Sounds like my kind of party. And Tahoe, well, if you're mobbed up, that's where you take your last swim. Superior keeps her dead, but she's not alone. Around the world, lakes hold bodies, legends, and the kind of stories that make you think twice before you ever dip a toe in. So yes, Lake Superior never gives up her dead. Not because she's cursed, but because she's cold, deep, and unyielding. The ocean erases you. Lake Superior keeps you. Would you dive Lake Superior's depths, knowing who's still waiting down there? Or would you rather stay safely on shore with your hot cocoa? Let me know in the comments. If you love morbid science, shipwrecks, and spooky folklore, make sure to like, subscribe, and hop back on the Morbid School Bus next week. We do this every Monday. And again, looking to add Thursdays. I just gotta get my shit together so I can get it to the editor in time. But I am really enjoying our Morbid Mondays together. And until then, remember, death doesn't wait for warm water. And in the end, death always finds a way. Well, this has been fun. I have no mango kisses for you because she is sleeping. So instead, you get Scully kisses. Scully. Oh no, his name is Ozzy Osbones, actually. I'm not stealing Scully. Come here. Give me your head. Thank you. Can you feel the love? Is this ASMR skeleton edition? How is that? Okay, let's massage your jaw. That's kind of yummy. Okay, anyways, we'll see you next time. What do you want to talk about next week? Tell me. Hello? Seriously, I'm dying to know. What are you dying to know? I want to know. I'm dying, you're dying, a little bit every day. And now I want to know what you're dying to know. Okay, anyways. Love you. Bye-bye.
Find your perfect tax
Oh my
expert.
gosh. Hilarious.
I swear, I started
Her
drinking
thing's
this
called
stuff
Lauren the
when I
Mortician.
tell you my stomach disrespectfully high. Like, I don't know how I ended up here.
Okay, I want you to picture something with me. You're standing in the New Mexico desert. It's quiet, unsettlingly quiet. The kind where the wind moves through dry brush and your ears start ringing because there's nothing else to absorb sound. Mountains in the distance, heat lifting off the ground in waves. And somewhere in that silence sits 7,500 acres of land that used to belong to Jeffrey Epstein. 7,500 acres. That's not a ranch. That's a small kingdom. And lately, people have been asking a heavy question. Are there bodies buried out there? All right, guys, hop on the Morbid School Bus. It's Morbid Monday. We're going to the desert. Beep, beep. Cause it's just another Morbid Monday. Whoa, whoa. Wish it was Friday. Someone's watching this going, what the fuck? Death, dying, and decay. It's gonna
Thank
be
you.
a great
12.
day.
Thank you for the 12 this
Cue
morning.
the intro.
Jeez.
The
The land, known as Zorro Ranch, sits in Stanley, New Mexico and spans roughly 7,500 acres, about 11 to 12 square miles. That is bigger than some
Damn.
entire towns. You are not checking it out real quick. You are not walking that in an afternoon with a flashlight and vibes. It's high desert, dry, rocky, remote, hot during the day, cold at night. It's the kind of place where you could stand in the middle of it and feel very, very small. So why is this property back in the conversation right now? Because in recently released files, there was a mention of an anonymous email. An email allegedly sent years ago claiming that 2 foreign girls had been unalived and buried on or near that property. Anonymous. Let's sit with that word just for a hot minute. Anonymous how? From who? Why anonymously? Was it someone afraid? Was it someone just stirring up chaos? Was it credible? Was it even investigated? We don't have full clarity. We really have a whole bunch of nothing. It's not sworn testimony. It's not a forensic excavation report. It's an email. But it
Lauren, the
exists.
mortician.
It was just dropped publicly the other day. And when something like this resurfaces,
What's the name of it?
don't just shrug it off. I mean, I hope
Flutter.
not, because they should be asking, did anyone
Channel
follow
5.
up? The existence of that email does not prove bodies are there, but it also does not prove that there aren't any. And that tension is why we're here. And here's why that email doesn't land softly. Jeffrey Epstein, this sad excuse of a man, he does not have a clean record. He has lots of strange allegations. In 2008, Jeffrey Epstein received a federal non-prosecution agreement that many legal experts described as extraordinarily lenient. A deal that shielded not just him, but potential co-conspirators. Is that why these emails are left anonymous? Or things are blacked out? I don't know. But anyways, minimal time served, unusual conditions, delayed accountability. So when people hear anonymous allegation tied to isolated property, they don't automatically assume everything was handled properly. Because historically, look at the history of the United States and how the government handles things. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but this definitely wasn't. So our trust was already fractured. I mean, honestly, our trust as the American people is like itty, itty, itty. But trust was already fractured. And when trust fractures, suspicion grows. Not out of fantasy, out of precedent. Now, let's add something important. This property isn't suspicious just because it's big and remote. Women have publicly testified that they were taken there. Virginia Guffrey has spoken about being transported between his properties, including New Mexico. Maria Farmer has described time spent at the ranch and how isolated it felt. Isolation changes power dynamics. When you're far from cities, far from roads, far from help, you are dependent on whoever controls that space. That's not internet rumor, that's sworn testimony. So when an anonymous email surfaces claiming potential burials tied to that same property owned by Jeffrey Epstein, people start connecting the dots. Let me be clear. If there is credible information pointing to burial sites, they should look into that. The current owner, Dan Huffines, has publicly stated he would cooperate with investigators if asked. That removes one obstacle, but this would not be a small undertaking. Even if you narrowed 7,500 acres down to specific zones, you're talking about cadaver dogs, ground penetrating radar, forensic archaeologists, soil specialists, days or weeks of grid searching. This isn't dramatic shovels in the moonlight. This is forensic archaeology.
What you eating, babe?
If there is something to find, it deserves to be done properly. Now we enter my lane, death. So let's talk about what the desert does to the human body. And the reason we're going to talk about what the desert does to the human body is because I have had people in my inbox asking me, do you think they'll find bodies out on the Epstein Ranch? What would science look like if they find bodies? What state of decomposition would they be in? So let's talk about that. We're talking about the New Mexico high desert, hot days,
Jeez.
Low
I found
humidity
something
dry
interesting to
soil.
watch
Heat
on
accelerates
YouTube.
early decomposition, but dryness changes the long-term picture. Instead of a rapid wet breakdown like humid climates, tissue can desiccate, skin dries, tissue shrinks, the body tightens. Partial mummification isn't rare in arid environments. The desert doesn't erase a body, it transforms it. Fast forward 15 or 20 years, soft tissue likely heavily altered or gone. Clothing depends on fabric, and bone persists. Your teeth absolutely persist. Teeth are like little forensic snitches, and graves leave fingerprints. Soil compaction changes, root growth disruptions, chemical
Come on.
shifts, subsurface voids. The earth remembers being opened. And
Come
of
on.
course I went down the rabbit hole
Yeah, I
because
know.
I'm not going to theorize without looking at real cases. So I started digging into other desert recovery cases to see what actually happens. And that led me first to the case tied to West Mesa murders near West Mesa. In 2009, someone walking their dog noticed a bone sticking out of the soil. Just a bone, not a dramatic scene, not a preserved body, a bone. That discovery led to the excavation of multiple women buried in the desert years earlier.
Oh, wow.
Years. They weren't intact the way people imagine. They were skeletal, altered by time, affected by the environment. But they were still there. The desert changed them. It did not erase them. And it's not just New Mexico. In northwest Arizona, there was a man buried in a shallow desert grave in the late 1970s. His remains weren't identified until decades later when forensic technology caught up. He didn't vanish. He waited. Science eventually caught up with him. And I'm not bringing up these cases just to tell creepy desert stories. However, I do love a good creepy desert story. But I'm bringing them up because they prove something. Desert terrain does not make people disappear. Time does not automatically protect burial sites. If remains were buried in that kind of environment and investigators know where to look, they can be found. Maybe not intact, maybe not recognizable, maybe not the way the internet imagines them to be, but findable. That's the point. Now let's circle back, because the internet is on fire right now. As they should be. Since the Epstein files dropped, people are angry, people are heartbroken, people are seeing names in released documents, powerful names, brands, individuals they were told to trust, and realizing trust isn't what they thought it was. Public trust is low. It's in the dirt right now. Very low. And when trust collapses, people demand visible action. So when there's an anonymous email,
I'm watching Lauren the Mortician on YouTube. I actually found something interesting to watch.
Years of abuse. And the current owner is publicly saying, hey, if investigators want to search, will cooperate, then yes. If there is
How are you?
cause, I think an email like this one in these files is credible to me, so let's search it. Not because the internet is loud, but because clarity builds trust.
So yeah,
If there are no
her name is
remains out there,
Lauren
a proper
the
investigation
Mortician.
settles that. If there are, the desert won't protect them forever. And if there were undocumented,
I was just watching something on the Epstein, the ranch.
years ago, before smartphones were glued to our hands, before digital footprints were constant, then they deserve to be found. And that's not
With the
conspiracy.
pups. Aw.
That's humanity. Investigations are slow. They're methodical. And yeah, they're expensive. But transparency matters, especially when public trust is hanging on by a itty bitty thread. That's where we're at right now. So here's where I stand, if you can't tell. If there is credible evidence pointing to burial sites on Jeffrey Epstein's previous ranch, it should be investigated thoroughly. I can't believe it hasn't been already. The science exists.
Exactly.
The tools exist. The cooperation appears to exist. He hasn't turned it into this big church camp yet. By the way, yeah, they're going to turn the Epstein ranch, the Zorro ranch, into a church camp, okay? And after all that searching, if there's nothing there, let the evidence show that. And if there is something there, let the truth come forward. The desert fat transforms. It delays decomposition, but it does not perfectly erase. If there is something to find with enough reason and enough effort, it can be found. And sometimes the search itself is what restores trust. I really believe that. So do I think that they'll find anything? I don't know, but I think it's worth a try. And if there are people there, I think that they will find those people. They just gotta get out there and go do it. Like, run, go. What are we doing? Why are you waiting? Go. Anyways, that was deep. You need a mango kiss before you go anywhere. She's definitely not an investigative search dog. She could definitely sniff out her own food bowl. Hands down, record breaker at that. But this is Mango. Hold on, let me get her. Okay, can you give it a kiss? Oh, so gentle. You get a little nibble, a little mundane nibble. Thank you so much, Meow. So we'll see you next week. Like and subscribe for more if you like death and science all together, pushed into one. Love you, bye-bye.
The moment I saw Relay and what it was capable of is the moment I knew.
I was gonna change my top because I'm like, we're just gonna roll with it. Girls have boobs, right? It's 80 AD. Rome. The sun is beating down on white stone. 50,000 people are screaming. You're standing barefoot in hot sand. The air smells like sweat, metal, and something animal. A gate creaks open. Across the arena, something moves in the shadows. The crowd didn't pack the Colosseum for halftime entertainment.
I actually found something pretty interesting.
And in a few minutes,
For
someone
dinner.
is
Oh,
going
that
to
sounds
die.
nice.
But here's the part no one is talking about.
I made tacos.
When the sand clotted dark, when the lions were led
But I'm
away,
regretting it now. I'm
back to
having
eating their ancient
heartburn
version
from
of
it.
popcorn. Who cleaned that up? Where did the body go? Did the Romans embalm their dead? Was there a morgue under the Colosseum? A cold room beneath the arena? Did they burn them, bury them, dump them? Because Rome didn't just build a stadium. They engineered a system for death. As your resident mortician, I cannot just sit here and not ask what happened after the spectacle. Today we're diving into the Colosseum, not just the gladiators, not just the lions, not just the, wow, that's so morbid, TikTok takes. We're talking about the Gate of Death, the Temple of Libitina, the death workers of ancient Rome, cremation culture, and what actually happened to the bodies. Because I didn't just dip a toe into this, I swan dived into the Roman rabbit hole at 2 a.m. and now you're coming with me. So grab your popcorn, buckle your morbid school bus seatbelt, and let's go process some ancient Roman logistics together. Happy Morbid Monday, Coffin Crew! I've got 2 tickets to Morbid Monday, baby. Come with me right now, don't say maybe. Come do mortuary science with me, baby, like ooh, ooh. Yeah. Anyways, cue the intro. Okay, before we picture lions just roaming around like it's chaotic zoo day in Rome, let's ground this. The Colosseum wasn't...
Oh, it was until it started having heartburn from it.
If we read the Colosseum's daily lineup like an itinerary, it might have looked a little something like this. 8 a.m., animal hunts. Let's wake everybody up with some imported wildlife and blood in the sand. Maybe a little. By noon, we've got our sprinkle of public executions. Maybe a few condemned criminals. Maybe a dramatic myth reenactment. Really keep the energy moving. And by mid-afternoon, we have our gladiator matches. And now that the crowd is really warmed up and slightly unhinged, bring in the main event. This wasn't chaos. This was programming. This was crowd control. And yes, this was...
Well, are you making crab?
Most of these games were funded by emperors or wealthy elites. Tickets were generally free for Roman citizens, but free doesn't mean it wasn't political. This was propaganda. This was, look how powerful we are. Look what we can afford to kill. The Colosseum wasn't just a stadium. It was a state-sponsored death machine. And when you build a machine that produces death on a schedule just like that, you don't win the cleanup.
No,
Which brings me to the
jeez.
thing that made me sit up straight in bed at 1:47 a.m. Because yes, there was a specific gate. Not symbolic, not poetic, an actual physical gate. And it was called the Gate of Death. Inside the Colosseum were multiple entrances and exits, but one of them had a very specific job. It was called the Porta Libitinensis, named after Libitina, the goddess connected to funerals and death records. If you walked out alive, you exited one way. If you didn't, you went out through the gate named after the funeral goddess. And that tells you something. Death here wasn't accidental. It was expected, built into the system. When someone fell, gladiator, criminal, whomever, attendants came onto the sand. These were likely enslaved workers or lower status laborers. They used hooks, poles, and dragging tools. Some historical accounts even describe a mallet being used to make sure somebody was actually unalived before they were removed. That's a nice bedtime story right there. Wow. Imagine having that job. Ugh. Because the show did not stop. There was no long pause, no moment of silence. Body out, sand reset, next act. And this is where my mortician brain started spiraling. The Colosseum was very good at producing death, but it wasn't built to process it, which is wild to me. There was no embalming room under the arena, no washing chamber beneath the sand. So once someone passed through the gate of death, where did they actually go? Rome did not just leave that to vibes. They had professionals. They were called libitinari, basically Roman funeral directors, named after Libitina, the goddess tied to funerals and death records. And these weren't philosophers. They weren't priests. They weren't standing around dramatically quoting poetry over the deceased. They were workers. They supplied funeral equipment. They organized cremations. They transported the bodies. They handled the logistics, and they registered the deaths. Yes, registered. Rome literally had a death administration system tied to the Temple of Libitina, which means even in 80 AD, somebody was essentially doing paperwork. Like, okay, we got one dead gladiator, we got one lion incident, got it, death was business. Death was transactional, and death was organized. Now here's the part I find wildly relatable. This job was not glamorous. Handling corpses in Roman society was considered polluting, lower status, necessary but socially uncomfortable. So imagine being the guy whose entire career is, yeah, I process the arena bodies, and somebody at a Roman dinner party is just like, oh, wow, that's interesting, Jerry. Tell me that is not the same energy. I once had a little old lady look me dead in the eye and go, why would you choose to do this job? Like I had just told her I collect haunted dolls or something. And it's funny because someone has to do it. Society needs death workers. Rome needed them. Modern hospitals need them. Funeral homes need them. They can't be in business without them. But culturally, we still side-eye the people who handle the bodies 2,000 years later, and we're still like, wow, that's your job? Meanwhile, without them, without little old me, the Colosseum would have smelled like a crime scene by 2 p.m. Okay,
Like a crime scene by 2 p.m.
This is the part I love. The Colosseum did not process bodies on site. There was no embalming suite under the arena. Bad planning, if you ask me. The hypogeum, those underground tunnels, were for animals, stage lifts, machinery, holding areas, but not for funeral prep. So once someone exited through the gate of death, they were transported, likely by simple stretchers, carts, wagons, carried by enslaved laborers. And here's an important Roman law detail. You could not bury or cremate inside the city walls. So the bodies, they had to leave. They were taken outside Rome to cremation grounds, to burial pits, to necropolises along major roads. The Colosseum produced death. The city processed it elsewhere. And that separation is fascinating to me because even in ancient Rome, the spectacle happened in public. The body handling happened just out of sight. So once the bodies left the Colosseum, did the Romans embalm them? Short answer, no, not like Egypt. They were not draining organs. They were not packing cavities. They were not trying to preserve bodies for all eternity. Roman death culture was about ritual, not long-term preservation. If someone died and they were going to receive proper rites, typical preparation looked more like this. Body was washed, anointed with oils or perfumes, dressed, and sometimes displayed briefly in the home, and then cremated. During the early imperial period, which is prime Colosseum era, cremation was extremely common.
Oh, he's making him some crab.
In 80 AD, cremation would have been
Crab
very
claws.
normal. And here's here's where it gets interesting. There were no enclosed stainless steel machines back then like we use today for cremation. No retorts, no buttons to press. Cremation meant open air pyres. Bodies were taken outside of the city walls because remember, Roman law prohibited burial or cremation inside city limits. They were placed on wooden pyres, lit and tended to. After the fire burned down, surviving bone fragments were gathered by hand. They placed them into urns, and those urns were often stored in structures called columbaria, underground chambers lined with small niches. One surviving example is the columbarium of Pomponius Hylas. It looks like a honeycomb of urn spaces. Each niche holds somebody's remains, sometimes labeled, sometimes decorated, sometimes simple. It's intimate, and it's manual. It's physical. And as a modern mortician, I cannot help but picture someone kneeling by a pyre, sorting through ash and bone with their bare hands. No machinery, no automation, just labor. So let's get back to the arena. 2 men die in the Colosseum. Same sand, same crowd, same gate of death, but their afterlives not the same. Gladiators were property, yes, but they were also investments. They trained, they had
Hey, bro!
followings like we do on the TikTok.
I'm doing good. How are you,
Some
Andrea?
were prisoners of war. Some were volunteers who signed contracts for money and fame. Side note though, could you imagine if they had social media back then, like the gladiators? They just had, oh, gotta fight at 12. Come cheer for me. Does anyone else think the way that I think? Anyways, okay. But they had fan followings. People flocked to watch them fight. And when a gladiator died, he often received burial. We have actual gladiator tombstones.
Your dad made crab claws.
Like, he fought 14 times. He
Claws.
He lived 22 years. That's not disposal. That's remembrance. Some gladiators belong
Crab
to burial
claws,
clubs,
guys.
groups
Oh, something got her attention.
that pooled money together to guarantee proper funeral rites. Many were cremated, ashes collected, placed in urns, sometimes stored in that columbaria, sometimes buried with markers. They were violent celebrities, and Rome remembered them. Now let's talk about the other guy. The people, the peeps, executed at
Oh, I guess. Very common for y'all up north. I guess I'm with you. I'm gonna only make you one. I'm gonna make me one. What? You're only one? Yes, I'm only making one. I want 2. So can we both have 2 and 2? Yes or no? I'll throw this away. Wait, was there only 2 of them? 4? Yes or no? 1. 2. Oh. I like crab legs. I love you. I like the ones that are easier to to crack. I mean, I don't know. They're not as easy to crack, but a lot easier than those crab claws. Gracious. I'd like it. I would love to have some. Crab legs right now. Crab. I like lobster too. Will you throw this one? Sure, over there.
How many years and no, how many months until the end of this year?
Well, you're in March, so you got like
7?
no 9, 8.5 actually. 9.
Cheese is certified animal when it comes to animals. You need Jim. Jim needs retirement.
Here. Go this way. I'll make cheese sandwiches. Funny, fun, fun. Oh my goodness.
Dang, we got 8 months until the Avengers Doomsday movie.
Why does it come out in December?
How do you know that?
I'm just saying.
So that's that would be the same thing for the end of 2026,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Somebody jamming. Somebody's jamming.
I'm gonna check my email.
Huh?
I'm gonna check my email.
Mm.
Oh my gosh. You gotta hear this.
What?
China has now entered the war in Iran. Entered the war in Iran.
Oh, okay.
War.
Okay. We heard you. Okay. No, man. You can get your sandwiches going and sit on with mine.
Hey, Mr. P, it's your favorite talk show host. How you doing? Well, that's good. Congratulations. They're trying to compete with you at certain times.
Let me guess. Sunday morning. Let me guess. The Trump's the show that Trump loves must support Trump.
Okay, shut up about it, man. I don't want to hear it.
I mean, they look like they do because he looks like 6 or 7. We have a new kid that says 6'7" in our class.
I don't care.
Anyways, 6'7".
Jeez. Here you go. Get my lemonade. I'm tired. But
Oh no.
oh, they are. I don't have any. I wish I had some sun drop right now. A lot of people are like, what the hell is on sun drop? I'm like, oh my gosh. Thing is, it was invented in the West. You think everybody from the West would think that they know what sun drop is. But Pepsi was originated from here. What?
I didn't have a room.
But everybody knows about Pepsi, but sun drop nobody knows.
I heard voices, and this wasn't a big.
Hey, come here.
And
I'm making sandwiches.
Come here, man.
I'm making me a sandwich.
Come here.
Louis,
I need help.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna grab you. Stop currency. I gotta get you. Yeah, all right. Make a mess. I actually didn't make a mess, Tip. Oh, you got.
Yeah, I told you I was making sandwich. Yes, I'm in the middle of making me a sandwich.
get $5,000? Sure, why not? Since you are a kid, here you go. You get a penny back. Another one? That is not kid language.
But you know what? I'm the only one that actually likes my grilled cheese like a lot. They don't, but I do. I like mine with a little bit of a mobile home. Yeah.
I would like to have Mr. Beast paying us over $1,000 or $5,000. Yeah, donation.
Hannah.
Hear me?
Hear me?
Yes, Caitlin.
Heard you. What's poppin'? Oh goodness. How are you? It's hot in here now. I don't feel like I'm sitting in here eating my food. But you know what? They actually don't call them trailers. They actually call them mobile homes. Because they actually come with the... They actually can be moved. Like a... Yeah. Jesus. I'll be right back. I gotta get some drink.
Here it goes. Texas going win it for Purdue.
Tastes good. Post double shift Modelo. Beyond what's done.
I love you.
I love you.
Big mouth.
Oh my goodness. So yeah. Alrighty. Oh, that's a splitting unit. And that thing, oh my gosh, girl, it's the best thing to have. No joke. If you don't want to run your air, you want to save power, get you a splitting unit. And living in a mobile home, that whole thing will cool your house down. In the summertime. We use it in the wintertime too.
Ooh.
When every day feels the same.
split unit. It is called a split unit. Hi, Gary.
Especially if it's going to be a two, because you want to have time left on the clock to try to steal the inbound pass or inbound pass.
He's nice, guys.
Good night. Love you. Now, I've seen them. Some people have them. And they have more than one in their house. But we live in a mobile home, so we only need is one. And it works with the it works with the remote. So they don't really use. I mean, you don't use electricity with it. That's one thing good about it too. You don't use electricity. Let me tell you, this thing will burn you up in the wintertime and freeze you in the summertime.
Because the sideline acts as a secondary defender. The initial, receiver in the pass, in their mind thinking that the foul is going to come, tends to hold the ball a little bit. And sometimes you can't force a 5-second violation, but that time Sharma chose to preserve time on the clock while fouling on that first pass. CJ Cox steps into the spotlight here. Tournament game. It's all on your shoulders. He's got one more to make it a 3-point Purdue lead. And we'll see Purdue goes for a quick foul on the center. Free throws for the sophomore CJ Cox. Shot clock is off. Texas got to go.
I'm getting sleepy a little bit. No, a remote. I'll show you.
I just farted a crab.
That's what it runs off of. It you can set the temperature and everything with it, and it runs off the batteries. But you gotta have those little circle size battery, kind of like a watch battery. And it runs off of that. Oh no, actually, you don't. AAA batteries. AAA batteries is what you use. And it runs off batteries. I'll be right back. Me or her?
Oh, yellow bag, you know. Ah, gosh, those crab, those were pretty good tonight.
Alright, y'all, Billy goes.
Yep. Here it goes. 10 seconds, tied game. He tipped it in. They're going to score 17. It's over. Purdue won. Wow.
He looked like he was disappointed.
He's the one that tapped it in to win.
Goodness.
They're devastated, Texas.
I'm not exactly sure how much. I know when we got it from somebody. And I think they charged us, like, I don't know, how much did we get for that split unit?
Well,
The split unit?
$800.
About $800, $900. But I'm not exactly sure.
It was on sale.
It was on sale. But I don't know what the original price is for it.
About $1,500, $2,000.
Yeah. We looked it up. It was about $1,500 to $2,000 for
And they work.
original. And they work.
They freeze your house out. They'll warm it up.
That's what I say. They'll freeze you in the summertime and they'll burn you up in the wintertime.
We don't even run our other unit much, do we?
No, unless it's in the wintertime. Now, the wintertime is a different story. You have to have both of them because, you know.
But this one keeps the other one from picking on all the time.
Yeah.
So it makes your power bill cheaper.
And it saves you on your power. So. But it's worth it. It is worth it. And ever since we've had it, we hadn't even have to have changed the batteries in the remote. Huh?
Yeah.
But it does take AAA batteries.
Yeah.
And it's a Mitsubishi. I think there's different other ones, but we have Mitsubishi. The brand Mitsubishi. No. Oh, 2000. Party till it's 1999. Hold up, it is. Sorry. Mine. Yours.
My heart's fine.
I'm only 40. Ignoring your heart health risk is no way to go through the world. Take Bayer's 2-minute assessment and see your risks. Remember. Now let's talk.
Those pliers work pretty good calculating sales.
Slaves, rebels, political enemies, prisoners of war, criminals.
Now I wouldn't use my big tin glass.
If they died in that arena,
Glass.
was not always guaranteed.
Well, I might do my big thing a little bit.
I mean, the legs you don't have to worry about. It's just the claws are the ones you have to.
Those will bust. Good price on it, too.
Yeah.
A little cheaper. Real good with butter.
Beyond the execution itself. Same arena, completely different ending. And that's when it really hit me. Even in death, Rome sorted people by value. When most people visit the Colosseum, they think about the lions. They think about wasn't the violence, it was the organization. Rome didn't just unalive people in that arena. They scheduled it, they engineered it, they built a gate specifically for the dead, and they had professionals waiting on the other side. Because even in 80 AD, somebody had to process the aftermath. Somebody had to drag the body. Somebody had to transport it. Somebody had to log it. Somebody had to cremate it or bury it. And depending on
Thank
who
y'all for
you
the
were,
not too
you were
much.
either remembered or you just disappeared. And that part doesn't feel ancient at all. We still separate spectacle from aftermath. We still consume the dramatic part. And then somewhere, behind a door the public doesn't see, someone handles the reality. Ancient Rome had a gate of death. We just have intake forms, refrigeration units, and crappy fluorescent lighting. Different architecture, same human system. And maybe that's why the Colosseum feels heavy when you stand inside it. It wasn't just a stadium. It was a machine, not just for death, but for sorting it. So happy Morbid Monday, Coffin Crew. And next time you see an ancient ruin and think, wow, that's dark, just remember, someone had a job there. And history rarely remembers them. But dang, is it interesting. And before we wrap up today's Morbid Monday, I want to do our little thing. We're doing the thing where every week I read through some of your comments on the previous video, and you all have some really good, interesting, morbid questions. So from now on, at the end of each video, I'm going to just pick a few of them, and we're going to answer them together. So let's jump into this week's Coffin Crew questions. The CCQ. The first question asks, at the cemetery, the mortician sprinkled white powder on my son's body before he was placed into the crypt. Was that lime? This one caught my attention because I personally wouldn't expect to see a funeral professional sprinkling powder directly onto someone's body during a committal service, but I have seen something very similar happen, and it's actually a part of the ritual rite. Sometimes the pastor or officiant will sprinkle sand or the literal earth from the grave onto the casket during the committal service while saying the phrase earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. At the funeral home, we actually keep a little vial of very fine sand in the hearse for exactly this reason, because Pastor Steve will always forget the sand. Or he'll always be like, do you have the sand? Do you have the sand? And you just gotta be prepared. The sand we get was collected from Lake Superior, and it's really, really fine and pretty. And if a pastor wanted to perform that part of the ceremony, they could pour the sand in the shape of a cross onto the casket while saying those words. So if you saw a white or light colored powder during a graveside or crypt service, it was more than likely ceremonial sand or earth used by the officiant, not lime or some kind of chemical. I actually really like that ritual because it symbolizes returning the body back to the earth. Second question I saw was really interesting. They said they've heard that death is a process,
Texas
not a
Beachy
moment,
boys,
and
you
that
out.
not all
Come
parts
at
of the
Purdue
body
Beachy.
stop functioning at the same
You
time.
out by
And they
2
wanted
points.
to know if that's true. The short answer
Good
is
game.
yes. When someone dies, the body doesn't shut down like flipping off a light switch. When the heart stops and the brain stops receiving oxygen, the person has died. But the body is made up of billions of individual cells, and those cells don't all shut down instantly. Certain skin cells and muscle cells can still remain active for a short period of time. Some cells in hair follicles and bone technically survive even longer under the right conditions. That doesn't mean the person is alive. It just means the body winds down in stages at the cellular level. So medically, death is declared at a specific moment, but biologically, the body gradually shuts down over time. And honestly, that's one of the most fascinating parts of human biology. If you watch my videos, maybe like last July, I talked about how I had to put my dog down. I haven't talked a whole lot about that because every time I do, I want to cry. I will get there because there's a lot of experiences that I've had or signs from my dog that she's okay that I really want to share with you. But what I wanted to tell you is that when we put her down and they essentially called time of death on my dog, right? They take the stethoscope and they hold it to her ribs and they don't hear movement, they don't hear a heartbeat anymore. And I stood there with her and I pet her. See, I'm gonna cry. I really want to tell you this though. As I was petting her, her eyebrow moved and I looked like right at the nurse and she goes, oh, that's okay. Did her face move a little bit? I said, yeah, her eyebrow moved. And she goes, I just want to assure you that is normal. And sometimes that little twitching can happen after.
If it is invalid, we promise a tenfold refund. This denture can be successfully worn in just 1 second.
I just want to assure you that is normal, and sometimes that little twitching can happen after death. And that was the first time I had ever experienced it. I've never watched someone die. Just my dog. That was traumatic. I thought that was really interesting. Okay, and the third question I picked was about cremation. Someone asked if families actually come to the crematory and watch when their loved ones are being cremated, and the answer is sometimes yes. It really depends on the family and the crematory. If a family wants to be present, they usually just need to arrange that ahead of time with the funeral home or the crematory, so everything can be scheduled properly ahead of time. I've had families who wanted to be very involved in that final moment. Some families will stand with me while I place their loved one into the retort. I've had families who want to help roll their loved one in there. So they'll have 3 family members on one side, 3 on the other, almost like pallbearers, and they roll that cremation container with their loved one into the crematory.
I got it for Christmas. My mother-in-law got it off Amazon.
On the crematory, and then press the big green button.
I know I've got a lot of compliments on that. On that cake. It's very warm.
That moment can actually be very therapeutic. It gives them a sense of closure.
It has, I don't know, it's like, it's got some kind of, it's not like feathers or anything like that inside of, I don't know what it's got inside of it, but it has some kind of insulation in it. And it, most of this winter I kept warm, or I was burning up, because it was so warm inside. I mean, the way, I guess, whatever they used for insulation.
For their loved one final time. Now, I will say, I've never actually had anyone ask to be there when I sweep out the bones out of the crematory afterwards. That would definitely be a new one, but being present for the beginning of the cremation process is something many crematories are open to if the family wants it. And at the end of the day, it really comes down to what the family is comfortable with. All right, coffee crew, that's it for today.
Oh my
if you're new
goodness.
here, hi, I'm Lauren the Mortician. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and maybe turn on that little bell so you get all the morbid notifications when I post. Around here, we talk about death, dying, and mortuary science. Sometimes the topics are heavy, morbid, yes, but totally normal to me. But before you go, you all know what time it is, because we talked about the heavy stuff today, and I almost cried. So now you need a mango kiss, because I need a mango kiss. I got mango after I had to put my dog down. I don't even think I made it a couple weeks, and I just needed something to love and to hold and to snuggle after I put my soul dog down. So this is a mango. This is a mango. Say hi, mango. Oh, she's got a really long tongue. And sometimes she gives you bites or nibbles, and then sometimes she eats my hair, and then sometimes she's actually really sweet, I swear. I love you. She loves you too. Okay, and then we also have a Lola. Come here, Lola. So my grief was really deep. So I brought home another dog, and she's so sweet. And Mango's jealous. Okay, well, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
New Dunkin' Zero. 0 sugar and 20 calories. New Dunkin' Zero. 0 sugar energy. Hi, I'm Mother Nature. Have you ever wondered how Wayfair verifies its outdoor furniture sets against the little old me?
Oh, wow.
Apparently, I'm a liar. I know, I was shocked too. I thought the internet only accused me of being in the occult or secretly living in a casket. But no, this week, the algorithm gifted me with something really, really special. Someone in the death care world decided that I made up a story. And listen, you guys love when I tell you real stories from mortuary school. You eat that stuff up. So if someone wants to poke the mortician bear, fine. Story mode activated. Let's fucking go. Tonight I'm telling you about the night that I picked up my own uncle on a death call, and I did not know it was him. It's personal, it's wild, and it's 100% exactly how it happened. So grab a drink, pet your dog, and welcome to the chaos. It's just another morbid Monday. Let's go.
They Christmas chicken curds outside. All lightning chicken nuggets were only $3.50. Inside a slider size crunch wrap.
Back when I was in mortuary school, I lived above a funeral home owned by one of my uncles. Important clarification, that uncle, the one who owned the funeral home, is on my dad's side of the family. And I say that because apparently people online truly believe I only have one uncle, and he is was responsible for every story, every job, every family connection, every DNA strand that I possess. No, I have many uncles, plural, different sides, different last names. I mean, my mom's side of the family is Catholic. They believe that God would provide. So there's like 10 aunts and uncles on that side of the family. No joke. The uncle who died in this story, he was from my mom's side of the family. Different branch, different grandparents, different everything. Okay, clarification done. I needed that. Now, mortuary school. Let's get back to mortuary school. I love talking about mortuary school. Where mortuary school was about 25 minutes from this funeral home that I lived above. The neighborhood was not great. It was not ideal. You didn't go out after dark, but when you're a broke mortuary student, the phrase free rent is like being adopted by Oprah. So the trade-off, though, is I did everything. Cleaning buildings, mowing the lawn, helping with visitations, airport transports. I did train transportations. We still transport deceased people by train. And most
Oh
importantly,
my gosh.
calls for the medical exam. We rotated nights on call, the students, not the
Yes.
licensed directors. I mean, they also rotated nights on call, but the director would have a
It
student
is.
under them. So we were the bottom of the totem pole. The boots on the ground, the bodies with a driver's license, as I like to say. That's what happens when you're a mortuary student. You take on the grunt work. And that is how I got experience with basically every type of traumatic death you could possibly imagine, which was great for my resume. This night was brutal.
I used the pliers, either one of them crab things. I used pliers. They work good, yeah. Yeah, they work pretty good. Cause they, yeah, it was a good game.
And amazing staff we have here. Nebraska only had 4 players on the court on that one long pass.
I saw it. They had never been there 40 years to the Elite Eight.
That can't happen. It's one thing to go cold and shoot 28% of second half. It's another thing to make errors.
And I had Arkansas, Arizona's gonna be good. Tomorrow, I can't wait to watch Duke and St. John's. That might be the best game of the whole tournament. St. John's is good.
But that was a very well played basketball game. The Nebraska man had a hell of a season. Shout out to Fred Carver, one guy from our area.
Yeah.
But that coach it out. Ben McCollum.
Oh my God.
I saw, is it Chris Walker?
Wow.
CBS See that? He was talking, I was watching the show, he's talking about.
Illinois Houston will be a good one.
You're welcome. Oh, and they are best to have.
And this man, I think this
Yeah.
man won 4 national championships, Division II.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
If you win
Ooh.
that championship, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, shout out to the Owl of McCollum.
Yeah, I've been eating a couple of them.
But I tell people, when he won 4 championships, if you can coach, like a lot of guys,
Yeah, they were pretty good.
winning is
He's got some cookies on the table. Chips Ahoy. I don't even know if they've been opened yet.
easiest in terms of, well, yeah, I was going to ask you, like, how you play the game. Like, there's other some basics.
They're double chocolate Chips Ahoy.
Passing, rebounding, defense, looking at offense.
No, all you do is it's got a sealer on it. You just pull the top of it, and it goes right back and seals it.
Well, what you just described sounded a little
Yeah,
complicated.
well, I ain't trying to open them yet.
Jump shooting when
Gave leave them all.
Nebraska and this game never made the
Yeah,
jump
yeah.
shot uncomfortable.
Gosh, those crabs was
Actually,
good.
never made the jump shot
They
uncomfortable.
were, believe it. They don't. You don't get a lot. But some of the claws got a big old chunk of meat in it. But they got a piece that you have to take the meat apart to get in the middle, and it kind of messes it up. If it didn't have that one, you get one big old piece. You get a
Yeah,
big piece, you just
and
got to
they
pull the collar on the
have to
crab.
have fixed.
It's if you do it right, you get the piece out, and then like I said, there's a piece that runs down through all of it.
Oh.
Pull it off each side.
Oh. I'm gonna get
What
off
I
here
do
for
is
the
just
night.
drop it in
Everyone
the
have a good night. Thank you for the 19
break a
months.
few up, and then
And I'll
dip
see y'all in the
them.
next one.
AT&T just credited my bill. I guess the
Peace.
service level you didn't even notice. No, it's a best guarantee.
And yeah, I couldn't see it. He had